Oh,
that's
down.
26, 25.
Should we start chanting?
Yeah. Guys want to start now? Girl on top! 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 No. Oh.
I'm so disappointed now. Hello. I'm Tanner, not Melanie, as you may have noticed already. But hey, let's play a little video and let's get started and bring her up.
Videos.
Please welcome the star of Winona
Now
Earth,
we can do it.
Melanie Scrofano.
Girl on top!
I'm good, how are you?
Great.
Is it weird that I brought coffee? It's just so tired.
That's fine. It's really fine.
It's like I'm at the bus stop.
It's very bus stop looking coffee. Well, last time we saw each other, we both lost our luggage in San Diego for it felt like forever.
I lost my luggage longer than you did, though.
I panicked more, I think.
You actually didn't.
You were freaking out.
Yeah.
So we go to San Diego Comic-Con, we get there, and a whole bunch, like 4 or 5 bags don't come out of the carousel. One of them is mine, one is Melanie's, and we have all our stuff for the weekend there. You had your dress in there for all the parties and whatnot.
Yeah.
And it was a stressful situation.
Yeah. And there are people dying in the world, but I needed my luggage.
That's true.
Yeah.
But it brought us closer together, and now here we are on stage in Edmonton, which is very cool. And because you shoot the show a few hours south of here, is that right? By Calgary?
Yeah, somewhere.
North?
Calgary.
North? 2.5. Where are we? Which way am I facing?
2.5.
Yeah. 3 hours away. North.
It's
South.
about 3 hours away south.
2 hours south. It was 3 hours south because it's Calgary. We shoot around the area.
Yeah.
So what's it like, now being here at the Edmonton Comic and Entertainment Expo? These people are this is like your crew.
It's so nice to be in Canada doing our show is sort of all over the world now, but it started here, and so it's so nice to be home and feel like I'm among my people. It's
Is there a difference between U.S. and Canadian fans? Having been down in San Diego and now in Edmonton, is there is it true? Are Canadian fans more polite? We say sorry more.
My agent, who's from LA, was like, "God, everybody's so nice." I'm like, well, what do you mean? And because somebody just came up to me, I was like, "Are you Melanie?" And I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Okay, I'll be quiet about it. You know who you are." And then, "Oh, it's you." Hi. And then she's like, in LA or in the States, they'll just come up to you and be like, "Are you from that show? Okay, I'm gonna need your autograph." And then anyway, which is great. But it's nice to be here, and then you can just
Totally. Yeah, it's true. Everyone says we're polite, but I think it is true. Oh, sorry, but can I ask you a question? Sorry,
still
sorry to interrupt.
excited.
Sorry.
Yeah. But still excited. It's not like, "Are you Melanie?" People are still excited, but they're just maybe more respectful of privacy.
There it is.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. You do that. Now, your first reaction to the script when you first got it for the show, what was it? Did you think it would kind of become this thing, and now you have this crew of Earpers that are tweeting you, and it's Earpers, right?
Yep.
I think. Oh, I get it wrong. But yeah, did you ever think it would become this?
No. I think, I thought it should. But a lot of times as an actor, you work on things that you think are amazing, and then so many factors come into it. Does it get, marketed properly? Sometimes everybody spends the money on the project, and there's no money to sell it or to promote it or whatever. So I was just hoping that people would somehow find their way to it. But no, I read the script and I was like, it's fresh. There's nothing like this on TV, and Emily's voice is so just singular. Like you know an Emily show when you hear it. So yeah, I knew it should be.
Yeah. Is there something about the show, Winona Earp, that makes it just stand out that you think has kind of got it here? What makes it so different from everything else?
It's like Emily's voice. It's like she has this great way of writing. It doesn't have to be. It's sort of like life, where you make a joke, right? It's like I was at a funeral recently, and my dad was, horribly sad, but he's like, I don't know what's worse, a wedding or a funeral. And it's like, it's that thing that we do in life where you get through the hard times with humor. But I think Emily does that so well, and I think a lot of people respond to that.
Very cool. And of course, before the show, you've done a lot of other things. Now, sometimes you talk to actors, and there's always they say there's one thing on their IMDb that they would like to erase if they could. Do you have?
TV undress what?
So you do have.
TV undress what? Nurse community what?
There's a couple. Okay. All right. Answers that question. Now, if you yourself were to come to Comic-Con as a spectator, as a fan, you could cosplay something. What do you think you'd want to do? What do you think you dress up as? What are you a fan of?
I sort of, for some reason right now, our comic book company sent me a bunch of stuff, and one of them was it's like Ninja Turtles and Batman, combo. And I was reading it, and I think it's Green Ivy is her name?
Poison Ivy.
But I think her name, yeah, you're right. She's all in green, right? Yeah. Poison Ivy. Yeah. I like her because she's really
That would
bad,
be
right?
the best thing ever.
I haven't finished the book yet.
Yeah, all in the ivy and the green and the red hair.
Yeah. But I love her because she's just like a murderous bad guy. Can I swear there? No, not so much.
Yes.
Yeah.
You got the parents' consent.
Yeah. Okay. Oh my God! You could teach me. Yeah.
Now, I feel like as an actor, it'd be more fun to play a bad guy, though, right? You can more freedom to kind of let loose. I feel like a lot of people say they would love to play a villain more than a hero. So do you think that's true?
Yeah, it's such a cliche to say, but it's like when you're playing a bad guy, bad guys never think of themselves as the villain, right? So the fun, I think, for me is to justify, why it's okay to murder this person or whatever. Like what makes that okay? Because people do it. You watch, I don't know if you've heard of a little show called Dateline. For those of you who follow me on Twitter, might be a little bit of a fan. But, you watch that and the murderer was like, yeah, but you saw what I needed the money. And so it's so fun to try to justify it and to really, if you can convince yourself that it makes total sense, oh my gosh, yeah, it's so much fun.
Scary stuff, yeah. We have some audience questions, I believe. So we do have a couple, one mic? Is it one mic? One mic, there it is, over there. So if you want to start lining up, if you have a question for Melanie, we will get to that.
I have a question about this.
Oh, you have a question?
What is this? Am I supposed to be paying attention to this?
Yeah, not really.
It says 34 minutes in green, and it says welcome. Thank you.
Over there too. It's over there too.
33.
33. Oh, so that matters.
Yeah, we have to do, every minute we have to do a time update for the audience.
Hit on it.
Just so they have an idea of how much more is left. Still 33, guys, don't worry. Oh, we have a question. Oh, okay.
Hello again. Hi. I was wondering, what was your absolute favorite scene or full episode to shoot, either one, of Winona Earp? Like the one that you enjoyed most?
I remember shooting, in season 1, I remember shooting the scene with the character Hetty and the cannibal episode, and I just remember running through the snow, being like, I'm getting paid right now. This is amazing. Because I had to literally, my job, okay, I got paid to do this at work, was to chase my friend, who I knew from before, Alex Baskin-Beasley. I had to chase her through the snow and then jump on her and tackle her to the ground over and over and over again. We were just like, this is why you get into acting. This right now is so fun. So there's so many, but that was really fun.
Thank you.
Now, to play the role, how much training went into it for you? Because there's a lot of physicality here, but a lot of it, I feel like, having said that, a lot of it is you on screen. So was it a pretty extensive amount of training, little stunt work you had to do to get into it?
Yeah, I had to do, they put me through a motorcycle course, which I almost failed. And I think the cutoff was 11 mistakes, and I got 9. And I don't know what would have happened. So that, and then I did martial arts, and there was a stunt trainer who he did like 300 and stuff. Like he was a coordinator for those big movies. Oh, just punched myself in the face. And
just for you showing off your stunt work. Ooh, perfect punch.
Yeah, so I did martial arts, and then I did a lot of just awful CrossFit. That shouldn't be allowed.
So stunt coordinator from 300. Did he show you to do that badass kick? Where you remember when Gerard Butler kicks the guy into the hole? Remember in 300? That's the movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't learn that?
I have not seen that.
Oh, you see that?
He is so frustrating because he has, since he was 8 years old, has done like 10 martial arts, and then he comes up to this nincompoop and he's like, you should be able to do the spinning back kick, and I'm like, I can stand confidently most days. Give me a minute. So yeah.
It was a process.
It was a process.
All right, another question. Over to you.
So how do you think Winona probably reacted to the last episode with Willa?
Do you mean when she did what she had to do to her?
Yeah.
Man, I think there was a lot of, give me a reason for me not to have to do this. It was really heartbreaking because I think Winona struggles a lot with, especially with the people she loves, like with Waverly and with Willa at the time. She doesn't want to believe, she's already so lonely and she already feels like she can't trust anyone. So then when the only people in her life might not be who she needs them to be, I think there's a lot of denial. And so I think Winona was just really hoping that something somehow would give her a reason not to have to do what she did. And then I think a lot of season 2 became, in the beginning, about keep moving so that I don't have to stop, because if I stop, I'm going to think about that. And so I think it was just a lot of action. I think that's how she reacted to it.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, another question. Yeah, all right, go ahead.